Hello, welcome back to my class. So today I'm going to talk about the graph of numerical data. So there's a certain way to describe a data, such as the shape, which is the chain, how does the data look like, and center, we have expected value, mean, median. Spread is the variance of the data, and unusual features such as bias or outliers. Oh, no, outliers. Okay, so here is a set of 15 exam score for fictional statistics class. So it's already sorted out from the lowest grade to the highest grade. So now they ask you to draw a dot plot for this data. So, okay, how do we do it? First of all, you need to draw a line long enough to hold all of your data. So look, our data range is from 30 to 100. So that means your line should be long enough to hold the number from 13 to 100. And the second part is to label the plot, and scale should be consistent and represent the same unit. So if we're starting with 13, here we're 14, 15, we want it to be consistent. Oh, I ran out of space. Maybe I need to extend in the line. But that's it. Okay, so the next step is draw the data out onto the plot. Okay, so with a 31 is approximately here. We put a dot. Usually I like whenever I already draw a data dot, I would like to cross the data so I won't repeat myself or missing any data point. Okay, 62, approximately here, 65, 70, 76, 81, 82. Oh, we have a 282. What you can do is you stack the data on here. 87, 88, 89, 94, 95, 98, 100. So this is the dot plot. So this works really well for a small data set. Think about if your data set has more than 1,000 data points. Are you going to plot this one by one? Right? So now I'm going to introduce you another way to plot the data. It's called histogram, which is great for bigger data set. So how we're going to do that? First of all, we need to group our data and set the bin width. So here they tell you that, hey, they want the bin width of 10. So that means each width of the bin means 10 units of the data. And then, okay, now let's take a look. We have data. I'm going to use a different color of pen. Let's do blue. So let's group our data first. So we have data from 13, and then 60, 70, 80s data, and 90s, and then 100. And now let's count each group contains how many data. So from this one we have one data point, 60s we have 2, 17 we have 2, 80s we totally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data here. And then 19 we have 3 with 100. So what we're going to do is we label the x-axis, which is our data value. Oh, let me write it in here. And then y-axis is the frequencies, which also means counts. Okay, so now let's try it. So this is our origin. Our frequency we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, the origin is always 0. That's really important. And then, since our data range is from 13 to 100, so maybe we can start it with 13. And then 14, since each bit width, this is called bin width, is 10. So we want this to be 15. So we add 10, we have a 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay, so you might say, okay, from 0 to 13, this is not a bin width of 10, right? So what you're going to do, we draw a line break, which means here, this is line break. That means we don't count from 0 to 13. We're starting our data. We count it from 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and then we just draw the bin. So look. So the group of 13s, we have one data point. And then 60s, we have 2 data points. So that means from 60 to 70, we have a 2. So we draw in here. And then 70s, we have another 2. They can adjacent to each other. And 80, we have 6 data points. The frequency is 6. 19s, we have 3, and then 1 from 100. Okay, so with 1, 2, 2, 6, 3, and 1. Okay, so now you may have a question. So 100, why we draw it on the right hand side instead of left hand side? Why we can put, I'm going to use a different color of pen, put it in here, since 19 to 100. I can consider 100 is on the range of 19 to 100, and this is 4. Okay, so there's a rule called right hand side rule. It's called right hand rule. Oops. Which means if the data on the edge of the bin, the data is going to goes to the right hand. Okay, so look. So we have 70. Instead of consider 70 is in the range of 60 to 17, we consider 70 is in the range of 17 to 80. And then 100 is on the range of 100 to 110. So now you can consider this. This bin is including the left hand, but not including the right hand. So it's bracket 13, comma, 14, and then parentheses. That's how you interpret it in the interval form. So that is 60, 70, and then 70 to 80. Or here is 19 to 100. That means 100 is not including. So that means we need to put 100 into the interval or another group from 100 to 10. Okay, so that's it for today. Let me know if you have any other questions. Comment below.